Guys, welcome back to my channel for an all new episode recap of today's Days of Our Lives, March 10, 2025. So we start off with Doug and Holly, right? So Doug is waiting on the woman, which he doesn't know who she is, to actually retrieve the necklace to get back to Julie in time before she makes that police report, and then, he ends up in trouble before actually telling her what's going on, right? So it turns out to be Melinda Trask, and Holly's surprised that it's her. And Holly has bad blood with Melinda because of what Melinda did with Sloan Peterson and helping her to really abduct her mom's baby, her brother. So she has no love lost for Melinda. So Melinda said, I don't need any of this from a high school brat and her petty theft friend. So she was walking away, and Doug is just really desperate to get the necklace back, and he really needs it to get back to Julie, and he really wants to do the right thing. And Holly is apologizing for how she came off at first. She says, don't take it out on Doug. I didn't mean what I said. And she said, I accept your apology, even though I think it's insincere. But why would I give up back the necklace? Like, it looks good on me. Like, it's not my fault that you have this situation. Like, this is not my problem, which I definitely can agree with Melinda, because like at the end of the day, Doug did what he did, and it's not Melinda's fault. Like, how would she know that this was belonged to somebody before, right? So anyways, she goes off, they beg and they plead, and she said no deal. So now Doug feels bad, and Holly feels bad that they couldn't get it back. And she was trying to offer her some money, but Melinda was not budging for that, right? So anyways, Doug says it's his problem, and he appreciates all the help that Holly was giving. Holly said, it's not over yet till the fat lady sings. We're gonna get it one way or the other, right? So Rafe is actually in the hospital, and I'm a little bit surprised, but then I understand, because now he has to, really get back to himself. He's on IV drip. He's, he did some tests, some tox tests. So apparently the drug that he was on to, erase most of his memory, or some of his memory, is out of his system. So now they can't really prove anything. So now he only remembers up to the point where he saw Arnold, and he doesn't remember what EJ did to him. So Jada fills him in on what really happened over the 3 months he's been abducted. She tells him about how Arnold posing as him destroyed their wedding, and really framed Jada as this corrupt cop, and let her lose her job. So now he's back in charge. So Rafe is sorry to hear that, and he's just angry at EJ for messing up his life again, because he did it the first time when he was with Sammy. He blew up their relationship, and he turned Johnny against him. So he is saying EJ is not going to get away with this. We need to prove that he has something to do with this. And I'm not gonna sit here and let him get away with this. So he took out the IV drip, and he's saying, I need to go over EJ to really get some answers out of him, right? So Jada told him everything, what happened to her. And I'm saying she conveniently left out how she ended up sleeping with Sean. But let's see how this is gonna go, because I don't think Rafe is gonna really handle that really well. So Kristen is looking for her mom, because at this point, Rachel Blake is nowhere to be found. EJ is on the phone with Rita, and Rita was telling him that, Gabby's in a foul mood. Of course, she didn't get the answers out of EJ as she would want to. But, EJ is happy that, Rafe is not going to be a problem, and, she just needs to go sit down somewhere, right? So he hears Kristen looking for her mom, and he comes in and asks her what's going on. So she said that I brought her home. She was, released thanks to Melinda, and now she's nowhere to be found. And it's like, she said that she wants to make up for time with me and Rachel. She didn't really like that Stefano's portrait was, looming around, but otherwise she was glad to rekindle their relationship. So she's surprised that she would just, disappear. So EJ is saying maybe she doesn't like, here being at the mirror place and all that. Maybe she went back to Ahmed to be comfortable. And she said, I don't think so. And he asked her if he would go to Brady. And she said, no, Brady would have called. So she's wondering if, she went back on her promise not to bother Ava, whether she's over Ava, causing problems. So EJ is just, being cynical about it, saying that, if she took out Ava, it would be good because Ava would not testify against any of them. So she said, oh, really? That's funny. I'm not joking around. So she said to him, just make sure Rafe doesn't cause a problem for any of us. So he said, Rafe is taken care of. I made sure to administer enough for him to wipe out that memory of me doing anything towards him. So she said, oh, let's hope and pray that, he doesn't remember, right? So AJ is confident, but as you know, these memories definitely tend to come back again. So back to the reunion that we didn't think was going to happen anytime soon. Teresa is released early on good behavior from prison, and they're both surprised to see her, Brady and Tate. And, she said that, no, I didn't come out illegally. I'm a free woman. So Tate hugs her, and, Brady didn't return a hug at all because, he has a lot going on his mind. His dad is missing. So she was expecting that, but then he tells her what's going on. So she's sorry to hear that. So she hugs him, actually. And anyways, Teresa says, apart from that, Tate, how's everything going with you? So Brady just blurts out about Tate expecting a baby. So Teresa's like, what baby? Like, what's going on? So Tate is saying, Dad, why would you do that? So Brady said, I thought you already told her. So he said, no, I didn't want to wear her down and make her upset. And, Teresa's saying, is Holly pregnant? Did you get Holly pregnant? So he said, no, it's Sophia. So he's like, Sophia, the girl that you dumped at the prom that you didn't really want, like how that happened. So he said, me and Holly were broken up and it was a one-time thing. And, we actually was trying to give the baby up for adoption. However, Sophia's mom is against that. And Teresa is saying, I'm also against that too. Like, not many people have good adoption stories. Look at Kristen. Look how screwed up her life is. And look at your Aunt Eve, how she grew up. Like, she's a hot mess. So Tate is saying, you're one to talk. So he was being rude. So she's like, excuse me. So he said, sorry about that. So she gets that he's sorry and he's just upset. She's just saying that, think about it. Maybe Sophia's mom doing that, is for a good reason. Like, that's my grandchild and everything. And I know you don't care about my opinion, but we need to really think about this. And Tate was saying, they're young and they have their high school. I'm saying, didn't you know that you had a whole future ahead of you before you went down, and go ahead and do that? Like, if you're big enough to do that, you're big enough to like take care of a child and own up to your responsibilities. This is training ground for you too. So Rafe, as promised, goes over to the Mirror Mansion with Jada. And I'm saying, I guess I'm just, you guys probably tired of me saying, this place is the worst, unprotected, unsecured mansion ever. And he just sitting there and, of course, he seems, nonchalant and bothered. And Raven says, you're going to pay for this. You're going to, not going to get away with this. We're going to prove that you did this and all that. And, EJ is saying, you guys are wasting your time again with this foolishness. Like, didn't I tell your fiance already that, you're not going to prove anything against me? And Arnold Vinegar is dead. And Jada said, no, that's not true. Gabby, tested his hair and he actually is alive. It wasn't race on, so you're gonna go down for that. And EJ is he's saying, you guys are bluffing. I don't really care. You guys don't have nothing on me. So Rafe went over there, started choking him out, and Jada had to take him off of him. So EJ is saying, you guys need to go, put your conversation somewhere else. And they both was telling him to hush up and all that. So he's like, you guys have no proof against me. And Rafe is saying, this isn't over and all that. And I'm saying, the gall of them. Yes, they're trying to, get revenge on him, but to really enter his house again, why doesn't EJ does not sue them for trespassing, right? This is why Rafe got in trouble the first time, and got knocked out by Arnold. Like, he comes and he trespass and he's choking EJ out. Like, this is cause for some kind of charges to be pressed. Let's get back to Ava and Rachel Blake, right? Because Rachel Blake has no she has all her screws loose at this point, because for her to just be fresh out of jail and then make her way over to Ava's place, right? The person that she kept captive for all this time, she has all this nerve and gall to come over there and terrorize her again. So she's like, what are you doing here? So she said, I'm here because I have to protect myself, protect my family. Like my daughter, has gone through a lot with being raised by that awful family, and I missed out on time from her, and I have to protect what's mine. And you were a threat, and I will take out threats that against me, against my family, and all that. So Ava said, listen, I'm no threat to you. Like, I'm the one that, is the reason why you are out of jail. Because at first she didn't believe that, and she's saying, because of you I ended up in jail, and I had to be around some people that I had to fight against for my protection. And Ava is saying, it's because of me why you're out. Like, I said that I'm not going to testify against you or your daughter for the sake of your granddaughter, so that she's not taken away from her parents. So she said, oh, I'm grateful for that. So anyway, she said, I guess I should be leaving. So before she leaves, she takes out this kitchen knife, and she said she found it in the kitchen area at the DeMera mansion, and she said that she could use it for a reason. And she comes near to Ava, and I'm saying, I am looking through this and I'm saying Ava has lost her touch as a mafia princess, because the old Ava would not let this lady take her down like that. Right? She is in her own house. She had enough time to go find a weapon, go find something to restrain Rachel, right? Instead of having her come that near to her. So anyways, Rachel comes out and was able to, slice Ava on her hand. And, Kristen was actually calling Ava and she wasn't answering because of all that. So at some point, Kristen comes in and Kristen sees what's going on with Rachel with the knife next to Ava. And Kristen is begging and pleading, to give her the knife. And at some point, Rachel is saying, you're not supposed to be here. You're not supposed to see this. So she did end up giving Kristen the knife, and she started crying. And, Ava is saying, your mother tried to kill me. And, Kristen is saying, oh, it's just a slight, it's just a little cut. And I'm saying, Kristen, you're the reason why this lady is like this. You're enabling her even further. So Ava says she needs to be locked up, locked away for good. So at this point, Brady comes in and Brady sees what's going on. Ava said, thank God you're here. So Brady's saying, are you okay? Are you hurt? So she said, yes, this lady tried to kill me. So that was it where it ended. But I'm just saying this lady should have been institutionalized, because clearly, something's going on in that head of hers and it's not good. So, and Kristen needs to stop protecting her, enabling her. She's only this is why Kristen is the way she is. It's not just because of Stefano. It's also because of this lady as her mom. But anyways, that's it for today, guys. Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe to my channel. Comment below your thoughts on today's episode. I may be a little bit maybe too early or too late tomorrow with the recap, because tomorrow is my special day. It's my birthday. So you'll still get a recap. I will see you guys tomorrow.